Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaylin and I own Ollie's Crochet where we sell patterns, plushies, and more. Right now, I am just sitting on the floor because I didn't feel like doing my full tripod setup because I'm about to move into the kitchen living room area. So there just wasn't a reason to set up the tripod for 5 minutes of footage. But I wanted to do a quick catch up, a little chit chat. So I didn't record or post last week. I took a little bit of a break, feeling a little bit of burnout. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of things now. This week we have some custom orders to do. We have some partnerships to work on. I got to crochet some stuff for partnerships as well as record the content for them and get them posted. Currently for the custom order, I am working on a mermaid plushie. It's gonna look like Ariel the Little Mermaid. So that's something that we are working on. We are like maybe a third of the way through it. We also need to finish up an order. I started the order a couple videos ago where I did the swinging chickens. Up next, they also want a hungry caterpillar plushie. So we're gonna do that. And then I need to do some little fun brand deals. One of them is going to be where I crochet an interactive toy of a smoothie pouch that you guys are gonna see. And I think that's it as far as crochet at this moment. So let's go ahead and get to it. So this is where we currently are with the pattern. We have the tail done as well as the start of the body. This is actually the front of it. I showed you the back that has the color change, but this is the progress so far and it's coming along pretty quickly. For this pattern, I will link it below, but I am using, I believe it's by Palms and Posies. I think that's what it's called. Yes. Palms and Posies, and it's the original Merbabies pattern. And for this pattern, I am using the yarn that I originally ordered for the Boo Babies. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna finish out with that pattern pack before Halloween. Maybe I'll save it for next year. It's just this year, I don't know, I'm not feeling inspired by it. I'm not falling in love with the pattern itself. So I am gonna finish up the Pumpkin Boo Baby and save the pattern for next year because I'm hoping I fall in love with it again and just enjoy doing it again, I guess. But yeah, that'll probably be another one of the brand deals that I work on for this week. I'm really gonna have to go on my calendar and see everything I have to do because I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a couple things. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday and it's been a few days since I last filmed. I've been really busy just doing house chores, mom stuff, and running errands a lot, so I haven't been able to actually record other than content for Instagram. But in those days, I've also been busy crocheting, just like I said, not recording. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I finished Ariel up, and I really love how she came out. She's huge. She's got smaller eyes than I normally do. The pattern called for 14 millimeter, and I only had 12 millimeter, and then I think like 20 millimeter. So we went ahead with the 12 because that was the closest to the pattern, and I actually like them a lot. I think it gives more of like a, I don't know, less cartoon-like look, if that makes sense. So I do really enjoy how she looks, how she came out. I think she's very cute, and I just happened to have the perfect colors from my order with Premier Yarns. They ended up being the exact colors I needed because before I submitted the order for Premier that I ordered for the Boo Babies pattern that I was gonna do, I didn't have any more red, purple, and very little green, and definitely not the right colors or shades of green. So this worked out perfect. I'm very thankful that I had these colors. I love her. She's so fun to hug and hold. She's the perfect size, so I'm very excited for the customer to get her. And she said she's going to a little girl for her birthday, so that's going to be just precious. The hair is a labor of love. It definitely takes a while to do. I would say the chains are like one of the longest parts, and I did this on an entire car ride. So I would say just the entire head of hair was like an hour to 2 hours to do, probably closer to 2 hours, but she's definitely well worth it and I love the outcome. I want to make some more of these. I think it would be really cool to do one in like a pastel pink and a pastel blue with hot pink hair and then dark blue hair for each of them, the corresponding skin color. And I think that would give more of like a, I don't know the right word for it, not like a sci-fi look, but more like a siren kind of thing instead of an actual mermaid, I think, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I think that would be a lot of fun, and I will be doing that in the future. I just don't know how near in the future because I have so much to work on. I also need to finish up one custom order that I will go ahead and show you guys now. So first, for that custom order, it's going to be pretty huge, and it corresponds to little spoons, and I'll explain how. So Little Spoons reached out to me and we are doing a little partnership where they sent me some food for my daughter, and I'm gonna crochet like an interactive toy with strawberries, bananas, and crochet one of their pouches, and that's gonna be an Instagram reel. But I have to crochet the strawberries and a banana. I finished up the 3 strawberries this morning. I'm just gonna sew them shut, which should only take like 30 seconds for each one, so I'm basically done with these. But the banana I also need to do, and these, once they are done for the reel, they are going to be included in a custom order that somebody ordered on my Squarespace last night, and they reached out to me on TikTok. They want to get a lot of food, so I don't have all of it. I'm actually recording on my phone right now because my camera is dead, and I have the list on my phone. From what I remember, it's going to be 3 strawberries, 1 banana, 1 corn, a burrito, 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, 2 chocolate chip cookies, a donut, 2 fried eggs, and I think that's it. I could be forgetting something, but I think that's everything. So I'm gonna get started on that custom order soon because that one needs to be shipped out by mid-August. So I have a month to do it. I have plenty of time, but I do need to get to it. So I'm very glad that that corresponded with the Little Spoons plushies, because when I decided to do this for Little Spoons, I didn't know what I was gonna do with these leftover plushies. So it works out perfectly that somebody ordered something at the exact time that involves exactly what I'm making. It's crazy how perfectly that worked out, but I'm very thankful. The other custom that I have to do was in my last video. I talked about it just a little bit, where I need to make the hungry caterpillar, and that's going to go along with the swinging chickens that I made. So that's an order that I need to get done, and that's for somebody local, so thankfully I can just drop it off. They're like 5 minutes from my house, so that'll be great and easy delivery. I want to show you guys 3 things that I ordered from Vistaprint that came in last week, and it's been on my couch since. I got some pillows. I didn't know you could order pillows on Vistaprint, but I've been looking for different things to order, and I wanted to get something for my home this time as well as for my business. So I got some other stuff, like some more pins, I got stickers, a car magnet, and just some stuff like that. But I got these pillows and they've been living on my couch. I got this really pretty green gingham one, and these are just designs that I found on Canvas that I copied onto Vistaprint's website, and they printed perfectly. I could also do photos, I could do quotes, Bible verses, absolutely anything I want to do. I could even do my Ollie's Crochet logo and put one in my craft room. So I'm definitely going to be getting some more of these in the future, and they're really good quality. They're 18-inch by 18-inch, and they're dense. They're so thick. So I got this pretty sage green one, and then I got this pink one. This one's my favorite because it's pink. I love it, but definitely a pink girl more than any other color. So this one and this blue one. This is also really pretty. I decided to do these 3 colors, and I think for my next order I might include some more and do maybe like a pretty orange one, a yellow, and something else, maybe a lavender or something like that. Would be very, very pretty. I know it's going to be a lot going on my couch, but I'm such a throw pillow person. I think you can never have too many pillows, so I'm probably going to get a few more of these in the future. So that was a lot of talking, a lot of yapping. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my camera battery so that I can work off that from here on out, but we're gonna go ahead and get into crocheting some more parts of the reel for Little Spoons that's going to go into the custom order. So up next, we're gonna make a banana. Let's go ahead and get to it. To hop back on for a super quick update to show you guys that I finished the corn, which this is so funny to me. So this is the, I believe, called the corn husk, and this is, yeah, corn husk and corn cob, corn on the cob, whatever. So I just freehanded this one too. I did it very similar to the banana, and it is perfect. I think it's hilarious. And I decided to do the husk part, only going up like not even halfway on the corn because I didn't want it to take up the whole thing. I wanted the majority of it to be the corn cob. So when the leaves fold up, it doesn't take over the whole thing still. But yeah, it's almost like a little interactive toy. You could take it in and out, and I think it is so funny. So this is the 3rd fruit that I made, or technically if you're counting 3 strawberries, it's the 5th one, but the 3rd kind. So this order is coming along pretty quickly considering it needs to be done. I said by end of August I could get it shipped out. So we're making good progress. I was also selected for a tester call for Crochet with Brie again, and I did her granny square cat and her butterfly test recently. She came up with another amazing pattern called Tanner Sunshine, so I think I'm gonna get started on that because I am making good progress on my customs right now, and I think I can fit a little bit of that in. We'll see if I do that first or my hungry caterpillar. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, so today is Friday, and I wanted to go ahead and check in and show you guys everything that I finished up yesterday. So like I said, I'm I'm working on some foods for a custom order, and I also had to finish up the pumpkin boo baby, so I'm going to show you both of those. First up, I went ahead and I sewed the strawberry tops shut. Like I said, that was really quick. It only took a few minutes on each, and then I went ahead and embroidered seeds on all of them. I was gonna do black or yellow seeds, but I decided to do white. I liked the contrast with the red a lot, and it just looks very cute and simple. So these are the 3 strawberries done for that order. I also did a banana. So the strawberries I freehanded completely. They were just really basic, and I just made them all the same. And then the banana, I also tried to follow a pattern online, but it was coming out to be huge and was gonna be double the size, so I ended up just freehanding it and making one that was a lot smaller. So I did the end of the banana in black, and the cool thing about it is that it comes out, which I really like. I think that's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna do the corn pretty much the same way, except it's only gonna have 2 of these pieces that are larger on the corn husk part itself, or the skin. So I'm gonna make a corn on the cob next, but I really like how these came out. I think they're adorable. I think they're gonna be perfect for the custom order, and I'm so excited to see how the whole order looks together. I'm not going to finish the entire order before this video is released because that would be a lot, but hopefully by next week I have the order done. We'll see, maybe the next 2 videos, but either way, when it is all done, because it is going to be sent out together, I'm going to show you guys everything together one more time, do a shot of all of it. I think it'll look really cool. Up next, like I said, I finished up the pumpkin boo baby. This was with Hobie Honey Bunny yarn, so he came out tiny. He's so small. I did him a little bit different than my original pumpkin boo baby. I decided to do the stem a lot smaller, and I was able to do it in a way that was so much more simple. I used acrylic yarn to pull the pumpkin head together to make those indents. So you can see there's acrylic yarn throughout. And I also feel like acrylic for that is going to hold up a lot better because it's usually stronger than a chenille yarn or blanket yarn, whereas it just like snaps if you pull it too hard. Acrylic is really hard to snap, so I think this is going to hold up a lot better than blanket yarn would have. And then also, instead of the ruffles and a leaf here, I decided to do just a little bow here and tie it, which I like more actually. I wasn't sure if I would, but he looks really cute with his little bow tie. And also, I think this would have been way too thick of a yarn to make a leaf because it's the same density as the body and the stem. So the leaf I think would have just looked like ridiculous spiraling off his head and been way too big. That was one of the problems with the original boo baby that I made, that the leaf and stem were huge. So I did change those up, didn't add a leaf, and just did a little green bow instead, which I think ties in the green as a leaf would, and I think he's perfect. He's really one of the smallest plushies I've ever made that was this detailed. I've made small plushies like my little octos and stuff, but those only take me about 5 minutes each, the mystery octos, whereas this one was well over an hour worth of work, probably like 2 hours because of how tedious this yarn is to use. He works up very slow, and the hook is also a lot smaller. I used a 4mm hook, and that's not a hook that I don't think I've ever used before. I think the smallest I've used was a 5mm, so he was not what I'm used to working with, but very well worth the outcome. I also stuck with the 12mm eyes, so it looks like he has massive eyeballs, which I also like. It adds to the more cartoonish cutie look, so I'm very excited with how this little guy turned out. I'm even debating selling him because I love him so much. I might keep him for myself, but I don't know. I always say that and then I end up listing them because I just have so much inventory as is and so many of my own plushies sitting in my closet that I just want to get rid of them all and start fresh every time something sells. I love it because I love packaging it up, sending it to its new home, and I'll probably end up selling him and just, I don't know, maybe I'll keep him for a little bit on my shelf and we'll see. So this is the little recap of what I made last night. It's actually crazy that the banana is so much larger than this, and even the strawberries are not that much bigger, but it's just a denser yarn obviously than that one, so it makes sense. These ones worked up way faster, but I really like how they look together. Very cute. Next, let's go ahead and start on the corn for this custom order. Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, and before I close out the video, I wanted to go ahead and do a little update for you guys. So I was debating doing the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar plushie for the customer order or completing the pattern test. So I spoke to the customer that the caterpillar was for, and we decided not to do a Hungry Hungry Caterpillar, but we're going to do a different kind of caterpillar. So because those plans changed, I have to go through my colors, see exactly what I have, make it super colorful, girly themed, because it's going to be for a little baby 1-year-old's birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and probably do that in the next video. Actually, definitely do that in the next video because I want to get that order done and out because it's due by mid-August. And I like to try to get my orders done as early as possible just so it's something off the checklist and I'm not rushing. And then of course the work is better. So that's something I'm going to be working on in the next video. But for this one, because of that, I do have a sooner deadline for the pattern test. So I decided to go ahead and finish up that plushie. Like I said, the pattern test was for Crochet with Brie, and I've done a couple tests for her, and her patterns are always amazing. Some of my favorite patterns that I've worked with. So this is the pattern test for her. This is Tanner Sunshine, and this patch, I will link the pattern to below because this is not hers. This is a free tutorial on YouTube that I'll find again and link. I just had this crocheted already and decided to attach it. But this is Tanner Sunshine. It worked up very, very quickly. I am gonna make a few of these in a couple different colors as well as a couple different yarns because honestly, this color scheme, although I do like it a lot, it's not my absolute favorite. It's not as bright and colorful as I usually do, but I'm still very happy with this plushie. I think he came out so cute. I used safety eyes rather than embroidering them because I suck at embroidering eyes. It is not my strong suit. So I just did some orange glitter in the back. I thought that would look nice with his colors. So this is the pattern test that I did. As you can see, he's a pretty good size. He is very floppy. I think he'd be really cute with weighted arms and feet. So this is the plushie we decided to make. We also did one more plushie for the food custom order. So for this one, we made a burrito. It has, of course, the tortilla, lettuce, meat, and sour cream. This is based off of, well, all of it is based off of a TikTok that the customer actually sent to me that I will also link below. So I'm kind of just looking at everything and freehanding it for the order. And I actually looked in the comments of that TikTok and she said that most of them were free patterns that she found online. And I haven't been able to find those patterns, so I'm just freehanding it all. It's been pretty basic and easy stuff and everything works up quickly. The Tanner Sunshine I finished up last night and I think I started it last night. I can't remember. But this one I started this morning. It's only like noon right now and it only took me about an hour to do. It worked up really, really quickly and that was also with freehanding it. So I will show you each piece individually. First we have the tortilla, the sour cream. I just did some ruffled edges on it so it's not even. The meat I wanted perfect, so this is a perfect circle. And then this, I only wanted the top to be ruffled so it would stick out like that. And it's like a little interactive toy. This is also, this entire order, I don't remember if I said it already, but it is going to be for a baby girl that is due in August. She bought it for her daughter and I think it's so cool. It'll be perfect in like a little kitchen or to learn about foods. And honestly, it might be something that I want to make for my daughter soon because it is such a fun toy idea. So this is the finished burrito. And then also something exciting is this little guy sold. So this is the tiny little plushie that I made and showed you guys just a couple days ago. I listed him on my website last night and he sold. So I am going to pack this up and get it shipped off by tomorrow. I'm going to record it probably for Instagram, but I'm not going to record me packing it here because I want to have the recording for Instagram. But I just wanted to show you guys that exciting little update that he sold. So he will be included in my next sales update, not this one that I'm going to do now. I have not done a sales update in quite a while. It has definitely been over a month. So the last time we finished off, we had 1,153 orders in here. Black beads represented the patterns, white beads were the physical plushies, and the few little red beads mixed in were for raffle tickets. However, I no longer have enough black beads to stick to that theme. So we're gonna get a little chaotic and just throw beads in here. So from now on, one bead equals one sale, no matter what kind of sale it was. That's gonna have to be where we go from here because I can't keep up with getting the black beads because there's just so many more pattern sales than plushie sales, of course, because patterns are a lot more affordable and the majority of my following is other crocheters. So we're not going to be sticking to the same theme, but I'm still going to tell you guys the numbers for those things. So like I said, last time was 1,153 sales total in this jar for the entire year. This started January 1st, 2025. I have a little sticky note here because I cannot keep track. This next update runs from June 1st to June 19th. Today is the 20th, so we're not counting any sales today. Any sales today will be included in the next update. So from June 1st to July 19th, I think I said July. Today's July 20th. So from June 1st to July 19th, we had 468 pattern sales and 52 plushie sales. So we're adding 520 beads to the jar. I believe this is the biggest update yet, and it It might even be for the longest period of time. But either way, that is so exciting and I couldn't believe it. So I'm so excited to dump these into the jar. Let's do the best part. Look at that. We are getting close to halfway to the jar. I would say we're maybe a third of the way, right? That looks like a third, maybe a little more than a third, whatever. But we're getting very close. I don't think we're gonna fill up the jar by the end of the year because we only have August, September, October, November, December, 5 months left. So definitely not gonna reach the top of the jar. But honestly, just this I'm happy with. If we stopped here, I'm still thrilled with this because this is still me pursuing my passion and you guys supporting it and being here and helping me out. So this is something that I'm very proud of. I never in a million years thought would happen and I'm so thankful. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end out the video here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the future and I will see you guys next week. Bye!